Before we begin this video, do subscribe to DAG India channel and hit that bell icon so that you don't miss on any important update.
No one really talks about the small hatchback anymore, and brands have moved on. Bigger cars, bigger margins, and more noise. And yet, this is the segment that India buys most of its cars in. Tata has decided to spice things up. They are offering interesting colors and a very good value proposition. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the new Tata Tiago. You must have already noticed the very interesting shade of pastel blue that you see here. It's called Pangong Pulse. It looks really beautiful, especially against this green backdrop. But the colors are not the only thing that's changed on the outside. There are few changes which really make the Tiago look much nicer, and in my opinion, it's a design that will age well now. These changes, they do make the Tiago look more conventional and more resolved. Like I mentioned, it will age better than the rounded, expressive look of the outgoing car. At the front, the elements that have changed are the bonnet, the bumper, and the headlamps. The headlamps have this nice, slim, sharp look to them now, and the bonnet gives it a very upright stance which was missing in the last generation Tiago. Then the bumper as well, not a lot going on it, but whatever's been done in terms of the cuts and the creases, they're very well executed. At the rear, there are connected tail lamps but with no lighting elements inside the central section, and a cleaner bumper. Over to the sides, there's new alloy designs and black wheel arch cladding. Then there are the colors. 6 options: Daytona Grey, Pangong Pulse, Pristine White, Pure Grey, Sobo Surge, and Varanasi Vibrance. The pastel options in particular are something I want to call out. In a segment that has defaulted to white and silver forever, it is nice to see Tata offering something different. I really liked Pangong Pulse, but I'm not really sure about some of the other colors. The changes on the outside might have been small, but on the inside they're significant. In fact, this whole cabin has been redesigned and there's a lot of thought put into things. For instance, the glossy black panel that's there on a lot of Tata cars on their steering wheels, that's gone. There's a matte finish panel here which looks really nice. There's a larger 10.25-inch infotainment display that's crisp, that's nice to use. A larger 5-inch TFT display for the driver, that's also very good. Then there are small additions. For instance, the AC vents are now tilted towards the driver and co-passenger. There is fabric upholstery in a few places where your arms rest, and there are changes like a rotary gear selector for the AMT. The center console has been cleaned up too. It feels like the designers were actually given a brief to make this feel current rather than just add one new screen to an old layout. The feature list has grown because Tata has updated the electronics and electrical architecture. There's wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, connected car tech, a wireless charging pad, rear AC vents, a 6-speaker audio system, auto headlamps and wipers, and even cruise control. Safety, and this is meaningful, 6 airbags as standard across the range. That was not the case before. You also get a 360-degree camera and ESC. Tata says the body shell has been strengthened too. The powertrain is the same, so there's a 1.2 liter 3-cylinder petrol engine that produces 85 horses in petrol mode and 76 horses in CNG mode. It doesn't have a lot of power and it isn't the most refined either. You do get two gearbox options, a 5-speed manual and an AMT gearbox. The AMT that I'm driving today also gets paddle shifters, which is a useful addition. Even with this update, the powertrains are an obvious weakness. The AMT masks some of the issues, but not all. I'm in the petrol manual now, and the gear level itself is slightly notchy. The clutch is pretty light, but the travel is long and the bite point is a little high. So it does take a little while to get used to it, and it's not really the gearbox you want to pick. But the Tiago was never really about the powertrains on offer. Behind the wheel, the Tiago feels robust as ever. The suspension here, like in all other Tata cars, is a highlight. It keeps you planted at highway speeds and it's very comfortable over bad surfaces. Another interesting thing that I noticed is that the Tiago EV actually has the softer suspension of the two. It's far more comfortable at city speeds, but there's quite a bit of body movement as you start to sort of drive it a little faster. There is a maturity in how the Tiago rides that is just not present in any other car at this price point. And I love it for that. I've said it before and I'll say it again. For our roads, I will take a car that rides well over a car that can go fast any day of the week. I actually got to drive the Tiago EV before I drove the Tiago, and there is definitely a difference in how the suspension setup works there. I quite prefer the robustness and more Tata-like ride quality that the ICE Tiago has. Now what Tata has done lately is price their cars really well, and that continues here. Once again, Tata has nailed it when it comes to the pricing. It starts at Rs 4.69 lakh for the base petrol manual, going up to Rs 7.85 lakh for the petrol AMT. The car you see behind me is the CNG AMT, which goes up to Rs 8.55 lakh. It undercuts the Hyundai Grand i10 Nios and matches the Maruti Suzuki Celerio. The Tiago's mechanicals are unchanged, which means it'll drive largely the way it did before, with very good ride quality and a powertrain that's not really the best in the segment. This is not the car to get for driving engagement. What's here, however, is a thoroughly modern interior, improved safety spec, more features, and some genuinely nice color options. The Tiago was never really the car that got you excited, but Tata has gone ahead and made changes that really matter, which is why this is a car worth considering if you're looking to get your first car.
If you liked our video, please do like, share and comment and let us know your thoughts about it.